What's up, everybody? That's right. It is Tuesday night, and that is, of course, our time to speak with the legend himself, Coach Ronnie Shields.
The Boxing Source proudly presents Real Boxing with legendary fight trainer Ronnie Shields.
Here we are on September 9th, 2025. That's right. We are here on the Boxing Source YouTube channel. And as it is on every Tuesday, we chop it up with the legendary person himself. That's right. Hailing from Texas himself there, Coach Ronnie Shields. What's going on, Coach?
Man, same old, man. Work, work, work.
Woo! Work, as it always is
Yeah.
out there outside the Houston area and everything like that. So, we're going to be chopping it up on a few things here. But of course, we wanted to, have, of course, our co-host here, great co-host here this time around, Brother Joseph here at Warwick Boxing to join us here. What's going on, Joseph?
Oh, I'll tell you what, guys. I look. What? There's no better way to usher in Big Fight Week than a chat with our dear friend, the legend, the myth, the awesome Ronnie Shields. Woo! Yes, Ronnie, are you excited for this week, brother, and this event coming up on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great fight.
Oh man, you know what, and I can't help myself. I usually don't root for anybody, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. I am rooting full force this time for Terence Bud Crawford, because this is a guy who the big super fight has been eluding him his entire career. This
Yeah,
is a guy who was taking care of Manny Pacquiao's light work when they jobbed him in Australia, and he beat up Jeff Horn, and he thought he was going to get the Manny Pacquiao fight, and what happened? Manny jumped ship and started working with PBC.
yeah.
And he wanted to fight Lomachenko. That wasn't going to happen. And so how long was it? He had to wait 12 years to get a big super fight.
Yeah.
Here it is, lo and behold. So I am very happy for Terence Bud Crawford. And everyone, everyone's going to be there for Canelo Alvarez, I'm sure. And so I'm really excited. What are your thoughts on Terence finally getting this big super fight?
Well, I think it's great that he gets it now before he gets much older. You know, but Crawford, he never seems to be the one to complain about anything. He knows what it is. He knows why. They've been axing him out of big fights. You
Mm.
know, guys just don't want to fight him. Just simple as that. But look, he finally getting his opportunity, and I just hope he take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to take advantage of this particular moment, just like he did in July of 2023 in his bout against Errol Spence Jr. for that undisputed welterweight championship. So I think he feels like, okay, this is another one of those moments where, I'm going to show that I'm the best fighter, of this particular era. And, we're going to be kind of talking about that in a sense here in a little bit. But how things go here, of course, on the show. So we gotta pick the brain of the coach here, as we do every single week. So, oh yeah, here he goes. Check him out.
Either get busy living or get busy dying. Or get busy playing rapid fire Q&A with Coach Ronnie Shields.
Well, thank you once again there, Morgan Freeman, for that. All right, so we're going to go random here with these rapid fire Q&As, but I'm going to start off with this one. All right, better game show, Pressure Luck or the $25,000 pyramid?
Oh, man, I'm a press your luck, man.
Oh, I love Press Your Luck. No whammies.
No whammies.
No
No
whammies.
whammies. Big bucks, and stop. Oh,
You know what, though? I love the pyramid, man.
yeah.
Pyramid is good, too.
I always wanted to get on the pyramid show because I was always really good at that. At least at home, I was. Yeah, I'll probably be that dork that freezes on camera.
Yeah, it is.
And I thought the pyramid had probably the best game show theme ever, actually. That's why I had to, add that in. All right, here goes another one. Wheel of Fortune or The Price is Right?
Oh, I got to go with The Price is Right.
Well, look, Ronnie, I will say The Price is Right when it had Bob Barker.
Yeah, but Bob Barker, he's the only one.
Okay, so if you're saying Drew Carey Price is Right, I'll have to say Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
Hey, fun
I
fact.
agree with that.
Hey,
I
fun
agree with
fact. Who was the host of Wheel of Fortune in the 70s?
Ooh.
That was Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, that's right.
From the Love Connection. That was
Oh, I
Chuck
forgot.
Woolery. He was the
Yeah.
very first host of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Dude, I'm like Cliff Clavin from Cheers, filled with a bunch of worthless, trivial knowledge. How do you like that?
Oh, man. All right. Here we go with this next one. Better orange soda, Sunkissed or Crush?
Well, I'm really wasn't an orange soda guy, but when I did, it was Crush.
See, my dad and mom, they were cheap, so I got Shasta.
Shasta's a
Or
good-
I will say this, though, also. Like when I was growing up in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, in the Appalachians, knee-high was huge when I was a kid. Knee-high peach, knee-high grape, knee-high
Yeah.
orange. Yeah, those were awesome, too.
Yeah.
But then again, my mom and dad, they were cheap, so. Go mom and dad, Shasta.
Oh, man.
King
Yeah.
gal.
Yep. All right. Here we go with this next one in the food category. Better cereal, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes or Cap'n Crunch's Crunch Berries?
Oh, Frosted Flakes, baby, all day long.
Oh, come on. They're great.
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
guys. I got to go with Captain Crunch, man.
Oh, no.
I love
It
Captain
must be
Crunch,
Captain.
especially when you said Crunch Berries. If you just said the regular Captain Crunch, then
I
I'd agree
couldn't, I
with
couldn't say the
Well.
regular one. It had to be the Crunch Berries. Definitely had to be the
Oh,
Crunch
man.
Berries.
And then they tried to screw you with Oops, all berries.
Yep.
I
Yep.
was like, dude, can you think of any cereal that's worse for you?
Maybe Fruit Loops or
Oh, well, dude, I love Toucan Salmon Fruit Loops. Like anything Kellogg's, man, I love.
oh man.
Like Corn Pops. Did you ever like Corn Pops, Coach?
I did. Corn Pops was good.
Apple Jacks.
And, Apple
Apple
Jacks.
Jack.
They have Honey Smacks as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think is that Honey Smacks or Sugar? No. Sugar Golden Crisp with the Cool Bear is
Yeah.
Post, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, guys. I'm really big on cereal, man. So yeah.
All right, here we go. We're gonna get into this thing here with Boxing John. All right.
Oh, hold on. Q&A. Here's my rapid fire contribution if we're doing food. Better breakfast drink, Coach. Tang or Sunny D?
Neither one. Orange juice.
Oh, see, like I said, my parents were cheap.
Yeah. goodness. Because I definitely hear of the sodas you were talking about there, Joe.
Yeah, see, well, Ronnie knows, man, but my parents were cheap. It's like every time I think of something from my childhood, I hear Elvis's voice in the ghetto.
Oh, man.
I had a very meager childhood, but it was fun. In the ghetto.
All right, let's see what we got here with this next one. Better nickname, Lights Out or Bone Crusher?
Lights Out.
Yes, I don't think it gets a better nickname than Lights Out.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Well, Coach, while we're on this, what is the strangest fighter nickname that you've ever heard?
Too Sweet.
Too Sweet?
Yep.
That almost sounds like, in the immortal words of Emmanuel Stewart, man, it sounds almost like you're a little light in the loafers.
Yeah. I knew a couple Too Sweets.
I think, do you remember that heavyweight from Louisiana? Adam Swamp Donkey Richards?
Oh,
I
my
used to train him.
What?
Yeah, I used to train Swamp.
Swamp Donkey?
Yeah. That was my fighter.
Oh, I tell you what, he was a lot of fun to watch. He used to throw down. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that name always stuck out as the strangest ring moniker I've ever heard in my life. Swamp Donkey.
That is strange.
There's one that's very strange, but I'm not gonna say it because it might be a little bit too much for this type of show if I named it. All right, here we go.
Well, also, remember Juan Lascano?
Yeah.
The Hispanic causing panic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that was Robert
Sacramento
doing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you didn't train him, brother.
They asked me to at one time.
You're saying, dude, with that nickname, no thank you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You wouldn't do that. But look, guys, this is such an amazing week. I am so giddy, and I hope all of you guys who are listening are planning your big fight parties, guys. This is your moment to show off everything that you know and everything you've learned from the coach every single week. You get to tell them everything that you know. All of your mainstream and casual buddies who are going to be watching it with you. Guys, once again, get up for this event. Get up for this event. I know my brother James is. I know Coach Ronnie is. And I tell you what, this is going to be like, Ronnie, how often do these events come around in boxing?
Oh, right now.
I know you've been a part of a lot of these.
Yeah, but every so often, man, you don't get these big ones, like this, but every so often. So you got to pay attention, and you got to be a part of this thing. You got to order this thing.
Oh, that's it, guys. That's it, guys. So enjoy it, make the most of it, and be those great ambassadors for our beloved boxing, guys. Yeah. Don't be trolling these casual. Oh man, y'all guys don't know nothing about boxing. Don't be like that.
No, don't necessarily be like that. All right, here we go with this next one. Better heavyweight, Ray Mercer or Layman Brewster?
Oh, this is a good one.
Both guys could crack.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go with Ray.
Both guys had a great chin too.
Yeah, both of them were really good. And I'm good friends with both of these guys, but I think Ray probably cracked a little bit better.
Gold medalist, Ronnie.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a toss up for me, but I had to pick those two because I was like, those.
I still think Ray beat Lennox Lewis.
Oh yeah.
I still think Ray beat him.
Yeah, that was definitely a really close fight too, man.
Close fight.
Very good one too. All right, here we go with this next one. Worst referee, Kenny Bayless or Robert Byrd?
Oh, don't say anything bad about Robert Byrd. How dare you? That's my brother.
Kenny Bayless is my brother.
All right, so then it's a push.
Push.
It's nothing.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
call it a
this is
push.
another Jody Watley thing there, man. How dare you? You stop it.
All
I
right.
love Kenny Bayless, man.
He is a snazzy dresser.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I had to throw that one out there just to see what you would pretty much say. All right.
Dude, they do a podcast together now, don't they?
I think maybe Bayless does. I have to
Oh,
verify.
did you see what G Funky just said?
Hold up. Let's go to the live chat. Shout out to everyone that's on live. Hold up. He said, oh, yeah.
Lawrence Cole.
Definitely. Lawrence Cole.
Hey, Lawrence is my
Oh,
buddy,
look,
man.
I love Lawrence, and I loved his dad, Dickie. God rest his soul. But Lawrence is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in this business.
Yes, indeed.
Great guy, and can you say nepotism, coach?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Because how Lawrence got those big events, I will never understand.
Oh, man. And shout out to Steph Brown here in the live chat for that last one on the referees. He says a push.
Yep.
All right, here we go. I got this last one here. It kind of like goes into one of the Q&As we had last week, but we're going to do it this way. More controversial decision. Taylor versus Hopkins won in 2005 or Bradley versus Pacquiao won in 2012?
Taylor versus Hopkins in 2005.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was like they read that decision, and when they said, and the new undisputed middleweight champion, the happiest person on there wasn't even Jermaine Taylor.
No.
Hey, guys, is anyone happier that Brian Kenny is no longer calling fights any longer?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to him.
Well, all I can say is I hope he's doing well, but thank God he found a new profession. Jeez.
Oh.
Because I tell you what, him calling Pacquiao versus Bradley was the most annoying thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, man. Hey, that Taylor versus Hopkins, I mean, the happiest person out there was Lou DiBella once those scores were read.
Oh, no doubt.
Gee,
no doubt.
Hey, and the thing about Brian Kenny, hey, I mean, we're gonna have the what they say, the voice of boxing there, Max Kellerman on the call.
Wait a minute. They announced that, and I'm like, when did Max Kellerman become the voice of boxing ever?
Oh,
never.
Yeah, I don't think the voice of boxing would be, hey, you know, Emmanuel, look at. Sorry, guys, that's not the voice of boxing, guys.
Oh,
now,
man.
Jim Lampley, maybe.
Yeah.
But Max Kellerman?
Like, what are we like? Max Kellerman? No.
Man, I'm sorry. Look, the Golden Jew was never the voice of boxing.
Oh, man.
Woo!
So, there you go. That is our quick rapid fire Q&A here for this particular segment. And once again, shout out to everyone that's watching live here, whether it's through YouTube, Rumble, or whatever. Shout out to Brother Steph that's on here. He says, be well, JB, Joe, and welcome always to Coach Ronnie Shields there. And
Thank you.
We got, as he said, G Funky Boxing in the building. Says he can't wait to hear Coach Ronnie's pick for the fight. And he says he got to have his corn pops.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? Can you pull up Revelation TV?
Yeah, that's next year.
FA versus Sanchez.
Yeah, so he has the question there. Who wins the rematch here? F.A. Jogba or Frank Sanchez?
Not the fans.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm gonna say Jogba wins this
one.
He didn't look bad against Martin McCauley.
No, he didn't.
He didn't look bad at all.
Yeah, that's why I say I think he wins the rematch.
Speaking of which, Coach Ronnie, is there any update regarding David Morrell and Callum Smith?
I haven't heard anything, so I don't think it's not going to be on November 22nd for sure.
Yeah, well, it deserves to be main event anyway, so
Yep.
that's a good thing.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see about getting updates on that. Maybe it'll be December or something like that, and then
Hey,
headline on the December
G
card.
Funky says that the voice of boxing, Barry Tompkins. What say you, Coach?
Barry Tompkins was good, so I
How
give him
do you like it?
I give him some props. I give Barry Tompkins props.
Did you ever like Steve Albert
I
from
never did like
Showtime?
Steve Albert. Steve Albert.
Did you
I
say
didn't.
you never did?
No.
He was a jerk, wasn't he? Yeah, he was, right?
I'm not going to say that.
You don't have to, Coach. I did.
Uh,
It's almost like when he was doing fights with Al Bernstein, I'm like, oh, geez. Could this, like you got rid of Bobby Chez and replaced him with Al Bernstein? Come on now. I was like, geez.
well, you know what? That was a shame when they did that.
Yep. Terrible.
Because Bobby was a fighter. He knew everything about the sport. And I don't know why they got rid of him at that time.
Yeah, and then we replace him with Snagglepuss. Exit left hand. This is a very important punch. Pay attention to this. And look, when you're doing commentary, the last thing you want to say during a prize fight is, oh my. Come on, guys. Come on.
Throw the jab and often.
Here are the keys to victory. Throw the jab and often. Boy, that's breaking new ground there, Copernicus. Jeez.
Oh man.
Where'd you learn that from Eddie Futch there, Al? Chingo.
Oh. Yeah, that's.
How is he in the Hall of Fame?
Well,
How is he in the Hall of Fame?
Well, we don't necessarily want to go into that because
No, not yet. Anyway, we'll save that for the end of the show.
Yeah. Well, we had the assessment there of Efe Njagba versus Frank Sanchez, and upcoming here for September 13th, you're gonna have another rematch there, but this time in the super welterweight division there with Brandon Adams and Surrey Boachuk. So that's gonna be another.
Ooh.
That's going to be a great fight, man.
Woo!
So,
That's going to be a great fight.
so
What
definitely-
card is that falling on?
Yeah, that's on this thing here at the Allegiant Stadium. So that's part of that fight card, man.
Yeah.
How is that not on the main card?
It is. It'll
Yeah,
be
it is
part
on-
of the four. It'll be part of the four. You're gonna have that one. You're gonna have the Vargas versus Callum Walsh. Then you got the and Billy versus Martinez before.
Wow. Boachuk versus Brandon Adams.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a good fight.
Wow. Do you think Brandon Adams can do it again?
Hey, he did it once.
Well,
He's still doing good, so.
I'll tell you what. After getting his ass whooped by your dude, I don't know. I don't know if he's got anything left. I don't know. I don't know if the Greek monster took a piece of him. What say you, Coach?
It was a great fight, and Brandon is really tough, man. He can fight, and so he should be very confident because he stopped this guy once before. So, that's a wait and see thing on that one. But I'm looking forward to that. That's the fight that can probably steal the night.
What a great fight. And yeah, I can't, I think it's a grave injustice putting Callum Walsh and Fernando Vargas Jr. in front of that one. In my opinion, I think the only reason why they're doing that, they don't want to steal the thunder from
For the main
Canelo and
event.
Crawford.
Absolutely. You can't have something that's going to steal a main event.
Yeah.
Now that fight is going to be great, and then you put in, the Vargas fight, and people ain't gonna really care about that one. Then everybody gets excited again about the main event.
Well,
always
the
think that
Kofi's
one-
is going to be good too. With Billy and Martinez. Ooh.
Well,
Yeah,
look, but I think I heard that Callum Walsh versus Fernando Jr. is going to be thrust into the co-main event for
Yes.
the reasons that Coach Ronnie just stated.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard
Yep.
that was a co-main event.
I heard that
Good.
too, and I was like, "What are they? Are they serious?" But
Well,
I
it
guess
almost reminds me of Amantis Stanionis versus Ruslan Shagayev versus on the undercard of Spence Ugas.
Yeah.
no, that one was it wasn't Chagayev. What was the guy's name? Because that one was like a almost like a prelim type thing when
Yeah,
Samuel
and it was the best fight of the night.
it was the oh yeah, it was the best fight of the night by
And
far, man.
it was in front of nobody.
Yep. Well, it was in
That-
front of me, man. I was out there and I was eating some nachos and drinking soda and chilling out, watching them scrap it. Oh man, that was great. By AT&T
Wait
Stadium.
a minute. Since when are you allowed to eat nachos and drinking soda, man, on press row? I was never allowed to eat that on press row.
well,
I'm jealous.
well, you know a few other people that's on press row. They probably partake in a few beverages and.
Well, look, the only reason why I didn't bring any food to press row is because I knew Radio Raheem would steal it.
Oh my god. Oh man. Uh, real quick,
Scavenger.
real quick before we go into the fact or fiction. Revelation has one question here with FA. He says, "What does he think of the future of FA Jogba there in the heavyweight division?"
Well, first he got to come back and beat Frank Sanchez first before he can even think about the future. But F is a big, strong guy, who can really box. So, but he has to get by Frank Sanchez first. And Sanchez is getting older, so, he needs to take advantage of that.
Yep, most definitely. And this is his shot to, with a job, but his shot to, climb up those rankings there and get within that, like about a couple steps closer to contending for a world title. But he definitely has
Ajagba is like number 3, I think. 2 or 3.
something like 2 or 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to
Oh,
check
he's
on that.
close. He's close there.
Yeah, he's pretty close. It's just how everything is as far as like the heavyweight division with Usyk being the undisputed champion. So yeah, they got him at number
He's
3.
not undisputed.
Yeah,
Yes, he's undisputed.
yeah. You got
Coach Ronnie, before we start talking about and get your breakdown of Crawford versus Canelo, what do you think of everyone just throwing daggers at Alexander Usyk for stepping aside and relinquishing his title for not facing Joseph Parker? Honestly, I think he's justified in doing it.
Well, I don't know, man. It depends. Because, see, here's the thing, right? They want to force these fights on you, right? And, you can't have a mandatory when you have all 4 belts. It's difficult to keep all 4 belts. And I think they do this on purpose, really and truly. Because now his mandatory is up. Joseph Parker is the mandatory. So now that they want to strip him because of that, And you have other fights out there too, You have other mandatories out there also. So, the problem is I don't think they really like an undisputed champion. Really and truly, I don't believe they do. They don't like that, especially in the heavyweight division. Because, you can be undisputed for, just think about it. Who's been the longest undisputed champion at heavyweight? You haven't been for long because they won't let you.
yeah.
Everybody gets stripped. You get stripped. Because they tell you, oh no, you got to fight this guy next. And then if you don't, you're saying, well, I'm doing my mandatory over here. No, that don't count for us. You can't do it over there because you got to do it over here. It's a big mess, man, with the undisputed thing. But he can at least say he was undisputed champion and is in the record book, so that's all that matters.
Yep.
Well, stop it, Ronnie. You're making way too much sense.
Yeah, it's almost a revolving door of mandatories when you become an undisputed champion because it's like one after another after another. Like he just got done with the thing there with Daniel Dubois when they named him, IBF mandatory. So he said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna just,
Right.
relinquish the belt, and then still ended up fighting them anyway. So
Right.
you could have the same situation here with Joseph Parker later on down the line. But it's just that, hey, if there's a more lucrative opportunity out there for Alexander Usyk, he'll take that first over a Joseph Parker fight. You know,
Yep.
so that's the thing on that. But yeah, we got to get to cracking on what's going down this weekend and everything. So yes, we got to overpay our guy to do our voiceover for this one. So all right, here we go, Floyd.
Hey, this show needed the cash cow back to introduce fact or fiction.
All right, there you go. All right, let's do it this way. All right, we're going to start off with this one. All right. Even though Canelo is younger than Crawford, the amount of fights that he's had will catch up to him on Saturday night. Fact or fiction?
Well, that could be a fact. Canelo, he's really aging a lot faster. Excuse me. I think he's aging a lot faster now because of all the fights he's had. I mean, just think he was like 14, 15 years old. Man, fighting, he's been fighting a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and it catches up to you. No matter, the body is going to age regardless of what you do. No matter how hard you train, no matter what you do, your body's going to age, and you can't stop it. That's simple. So, you know, um, really and truly, I think his body is going to be a lot older than Crawford's. Although Crawford's a few years older than him, I think Canelo's takes some punches.
Yeah.
He's had some really tough fights, going back in the day. So all of that at some point is going to catch up. And it's been shown to me, it's been shown, especially in this last fight with School. A young Canelo would have cut the ring off and he would have stopped School in 3, 4 rounds.
Yeah.
But the older one, he's just satisfied with getting a win.
The thing that was most noticeable to me, Coach, was every time he did get Williams' skull trapped in the corner, he was getting countered by School. He wasn't able to pull the trigger. Did you notice that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Well, of course you did.
that's but that's because of he's getting older, and
Well,
your
all
mind.
all the Modelos between fights didn't help either.
No, absolutely. But but look, man, your mind isn't as sharp as you would like for it to be. You may see it right then, but you can't pull it. You can't pull the trigger fast enough. Because you've been in there too many times, a lot. And not to say that he could knock School out, but but he just didn't. He didn't seem interested in that fight at all. You know, he got aggravated because School was running all over the place.
I can't blame him for that, Coach.
Well, I can't blame him, but but we're taught in the gym how to avoid that, how to cut the ring off and stop that. And with his age and with the experience that he has, that shouldn't have been too hard to do. But it's like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
Can I
think,
do an impromptu fact or fiction, James?
that I'll you can do that when I follow up here because you had this here with Canelo Alvarez and his debut was almost 20 years ago, like October
Yeah.
29th, 2005. So you go through 20 years of bouts, the multitude of fights, recently there with the Miguel Cottos, with the Gennady Golovkins, with the Daniel Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev, Dmitry Bivol, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to catch up with you sooner or later. And that's the thing that, I've seen in his past few fights, not just with the, William Skull fight, but the Edgar Berlanga and Jaime Munguia to me, and also Jamel Charlo, because people were talking about, weight, there's weight classes for a reason, but you're going up against Jamel Charlo, who was coming up from 154, and you couldn't necessarily do what it took in order to stop him in that particular sense. So I think that all of that stuff has been catching up to him, and you'll see it here on Saturday night. Next, fact or fiction there from Joseph.
Yep, fact or fiction, coach. Judge Max DeLuca will be this event's CJ Ross and stir some controversy with the fans. Fact or fiction?
That's a fact.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
Guys, look for my article on Thursday. Anyway, as you were, coach, go ahead.
oh man, it better be CJ Ross, or it better not be like no Adelaide Bird. Oh goodness, man.
Oh, I mentioned both in my article. Now think about this, guys. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, obviously it's no contest sense, but he scored that fight 112 to 112.
Man.
Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Here's the most egregious one. Do you remember when Chris Algieri lifted the title from Ruslan Provodnikov?
Yeah.
He scored it 117-109 for Ruslan Provodnikov, the Siberian Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh man, that might be one of the worst cards of recent history with that one. Oh,
He also scored, guys. Sean Porter versus Jordanis Ugas, 115-113 for Porter.
Yeah.
He also most recently scored 115-113 Mario Barrios over Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. Well, I think really and truly, I think they purposely put these guys in to stir controversy.
No. Because it really doesn't make any sense. Why is Max DeLuca, with all of these rotten cards, getting this assignment?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Steve Weisfeld and Tim Cheatham, they're solid guys. They're very consistent. Max DeLuca's all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. And, and the thing about, here's the thing, right? As a fighter, when they say these names, you can protest. You can protest that.
yeah.
But not many people protest. It's not a lot of people protest these judges or the referees, and it always comes back to haunt you when you don't protest it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because come on, man, this guy's been in, a lot of bad fights. He's judged a lot of bad fights, and to let this guy be a judge in one of the most important fights in the history of boxing, it's going to be controversy unless somebody get knocked out.
Well, in all of these rotten cards, and what I always look for is the trend. What's the common thread? What do all of these terrible scorecards have in common? And I noticed that he always favors in the close competitive rounds. He almost, if he doesn't know who to give it to, he always gives it to the betting odds favorite. That's why you saw the egregious card in Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. That's why you saw it in Ruslan Provodnikov over Chris Algieri. That's why you saw it with Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao. Guys, and look, I didn't want to bring this up because this is your guy. He was one of the judges when you guys got jobbed. Brian Vera in Carson, California, his card versus with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was terrible. He always favors in the close competitive rounds. He always favors the betting odds favorite.
Yeah.
Guys, so look for him to give all the close competitive rounds to Canelo Alvarez in this fight. He is going to be the CJ Ross of this event. Mark my words, guys.
Man.
I'm really good at this. Guys, that's why you have to do your damn research.
So that means you have to. So that means I might have to put money in on a split decision result. Then.
Either that or a majority draw like CJ Ross,
Oh God.
Mayweather, Canelo.
Oh God. If this fight ends in a majority draw, that would make the post fight be absolutely crazy. I would. Oh
Yeah.
man, that would have a whole lot of people talking on that one.
So guys, don't be shocked when you see Max DeLuca's card all over the place and in favor of the betting odds favorite, which is Canelo Alvarez at this time. Because I looked and said, did he ever give any of the benefit of the doubt to the B side in this?
No.
No, he never did. Guys, that's a problem. And this is why you always have to do your research and look up the judges. But then again, I'm a journalist. So there it is.
All right, real quick here with the comment. Shout out to those that are coming live. G Funky says, I could see Crawford doing what Lara did. Sniper like lefts, mix him with right hooks when he goes southpaw. So we can see that. And shout out to TZ Trucking here says, Ronnie was good. Finally, somebody that knows boxing. The man who gave Lara the perfect game plan.
Yes. Yes, Max DeLuca is going to be the Levi Martinez of this event. I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
And G Funky Bossa says it's Max DeLoco instead of Max DeLuca.
Yeah.
Man. And Bobby says, bye fighting too. Can't wait till this weekend. It's going to be interesting. And he is picking Canelo for the win there. So once again, thanks to everyone that's been listening live here through these different avenues, whether it's through YouTube, Rumble, or I think you actually are live on Instagram as well. All right, here we go with this next one for Fact or Fiction. The winner of the bout between Canelo and Crawford will be known as the best fighter since 2000. Fact or fiction?
You know what? That could be a fact. That could be a fact.
Since 2000?
Since 2000, yeah.
Did everyone forget about Floyd and Manny?
Well, look, I think this is the Floyd and Manny fight. Tell you the truth. But, you know, I mean, look, I don't know. I think they waited too long to fight each other. But I think, I think this fight, I could say that. Whoever wins this fight, it's gonna be the best since 2000, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what? It's just a shame. And once again, I'm going to go back to Terence Crawford finally getting this big, massive fight, even though he's been sitting atop the pound for pound list for a very long time. He has to move up 2 weight divisions to get it. He's taken all the risks. What risk is Canelo taking, Coach?
None.
Yeah. He didn't want to fight David Benavidez, but he's fighting a guy who's moving up 2 divisions.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah. Look. I usually am very unbiased, but I'm pulling out the Terence Crawford pom-poms on this one, guys. I don't like justice. I don't.
Look, he should have been for Benavidez. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You know, they was in the same division for a very long time. He wouldn't fight Benavidez. You know, he didn't want no part of Benavidez. You know, and he didn't want no part of anybody that, you know, really that he knew was at his level as far as, you know, I mean, how many mandatories did he do? Because Benavidez was mandatory for a very long time, and he never got the shot. But Canelo
Neither
never
did
got
David Morrell.
Neither did David, absolutely. You know, it was none of these guys. You know, but like the old saying, money talks and bullshit walks.
To the best of my knowledge, the only mandatory that he ever fought, or that he's fought up to this point, has been Gorilla from the UK. What's his name? John Ryder?
John Ryder for WBO, but I thought Abney Yildirim was a mandatory at one point.
Oh, come on. Abney Yildirim from Turkey. Come on, dude. William Skull would whoop his ass. Come on, guys.
But he's never fought a big name as is mandatory. Never.
Never.
Nope.
He never.
Yep, that's true. That's very true.
And now we're supposed to think he's a real badass. Oh, you know what, Terence Crawford, you're gonna see something different. Yeah, it's easy to say when he's moving up from 2 divisions.
Right.
Bingo.
Oh man.
Wow, what a tough guy Canelo is.
All right. Here we go with this next one on fact or fiction. All right. No matter the result, this will be Terence Crawford's last fight. Fact or fiction?
I'm gonna say fiction. I don't believe so. You know, really and truly, I think Crawford, he he loves the sport. He haven't been beat up. He haven't been in any wars, and that's a good way to go out. But I just think it's still is more big fights for him that's out there, and you know, and he wants to still prove himself, regardless if he wins this fight or not. But I think Bud is going to continue to fight.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, you had this particular bout, and as we've been mentioning, it's one of the most significant bouts in boxing history over the past, 25, 30 years plus. So, if he's able to get this win and become a three-division undisputed world champion, that would, define him as one of those top fighters within the modern era. But that still doesn't mean that he could still have other challenges out there for, him to go for. You know what I mean?
You know, the thing about it is, if he wins this fight on Saturday night, I don't believe he would stay at 168. I think he would give it up. You know, he probably would maybe go down to 160, which is probably more reasonable for him if he don't want to, you know, lose that weight and, kill himself to lose that weight. Because, I think 160 right now is great for him.
Yeah, I think there's still like other intriguing matchups there,
Yeah,
at 160 pounds.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
But, I can't see him staying at 168. At least I don't see it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it would be, any of those other fighters. Plus, he does have one of his stablemates there in Lester Martinez that's going to be competing
Yeah,
in that card too. So,
right.
yeah, I don't think he'll continue his career at 168. If he gets this win against Canelo, unless there's a rematch. But we'll see if that ends up happening later on down the line. A shout out to G Funky Boxing with the nickname here of Anvil Neidhart Yildirim. Come on there, G Funky. Oh, geez, there, yeah. So we definitely have to see if Terence Crawford is able to, continue his career here after this particular win. Although,
Jim the Anvil Neidhart. What a crazy dude that was.
yeah, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Yep. And that beard that he had that he kept, rubbing and all that stuff. That was crazy.
Well, look, I will say this. Turkey Al Sheikh is inviting Hamza Shiraz to be their ringside.
Oh, boy.
Ronnie, fact or fiction, Hamza Shiraz isn't getting either Canelo or Crawford after this fight.
Fiction.
Whoa.
Fiction.
Woo! Come on, Ronnie.
I really and truly believe he can because Turkey has the money to make it happen.
What do you think Canelo's going to have to say about that if he wins?
Give me $300 million.
So if Canelo gets this win over Terence Crawford and Canelo's talk about beating Terence Crawford and having all of the belts, and then Turkey steps in and says, no, 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 you fight,
Shiraz.
Hamza Shiraz, you fight. Oh, God.
No,
That's it.
no one can tell me who to fight at this point in my career. I have earned that.
That's exactly what Canelo has said, too. He said that
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said that. He means it, too.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if he wins, get ready to see Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez Cinco de Mayo weekend 2026, guys. Get ready. It's coming. Like I said, I'm pretty good at this, guys.
Okay.
Well, wait.
Either Either that for Cinco de Mayo weekend, or we're gonna see that exhibition between Floyd and Tyson on Cinco de Mayo
Oh gosh, no, stop it.
weekend. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Like, we're not going to waste Ronnie's time by talking about that in
Yeah,
this.
yeah. All right,
Come
here we go with more on this event. All right, next one. The way that this event is handled by TKO/Dana White will show that boxing should be promoted by those that really know the sport. Fact or fiction?
Well, you know what? That's a fact because
Mm.
now I've been reading. They told they told Suleiman that he couldn't get in the ring.
Whoa.
Oh,
I don't know if y'all been reading about that.
oh no,
Not
no.
even after he made that expensive belt to commemorate this event?
Yeah, they told him he couldn't get in the ring to present the belts. He couldn't do any of that, and he says he's going in that ring regardless. So we're going to see what happens on that.
Oh,
Wow.
That may be a fight.
Wow.
It may be a fight
oh,
worth watching.
oh. That's gonna be hey. That's
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
be
they
very
told him
interesting.
they told him he could not go in the ring.
So that's when
Ooh.
Jose Suleiman needs to actually do the Bobby the Brain Heenan, by proxy, tagging out and tagging Coach Ronnie to come in and fight Dana White.
Ooh.
Dude, I'd pay to see that.
Listen,
That's your
Oh, yeah.
co-main event right there.
ooh, me getting that news makes that weekend a whole lot more interesting because there's a little event that's going to be involving the WBC on Friday that I've been invited to. So, I guess that will be a topic of conversation of sorts.
Get him, James. Get him. You know what? And I'll say this.
Oh.
I am so happy that the California State Athletic Commission
Yes, yes.
decided to take back their endorsement
Mm-hmm.
of the amendments to the Muhammad Ali Boxing Reform Act. Thank
Well-
you, California.
Well, yeah, they look like either they're gonna rescind it, well, they're gonna table that conversation because I listened there live the other day, and I did, share my thoughts on it along with, the likes of Rachel Donaire that was on there. Jake Donovan was able to speak on there. Brother Matt of Brunch Boxing was able to speak. A number of former UFC or MMA fighters were also able to speak, and yeah, they did not expect a whole lot of pushback there from that, So
Wait a minute. How could you not? You're taking away the power and the transparency from the fighters and their managers.
Yep.
How could they not expect pushback?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you say arrogance?
Oh yeah, you could say that.
What an a-hole, man. Dana White, after this event, just go. Just leave.
This should be a
Bye-bye.
one and done.
Serve your purpose. Bye-bye.
One and done.
Leave.
Oh man! Shout out to Terrell the Fifth or Terrell 5 here. He says in reference to Terence Crawford, he should be worth more than he is, but having a lackluster promotional team throughout his career hindered his value.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's he was with Top Rank for a little while, and then after that, man, he was just all over the place, really.
Yeah.
He never really had a stable promoter, and for a guy so good, man, but he's a great fighter, so he was able to pick his spots, and so hopefully that continues for him.
Well, I will say this, though. I think Bob Arum wanted to pass that torch to Terence Crawford with Manny Pacquiao, but Manny didn't want any of that smoke, guys.
No, absolutely. No, he did. And I really think if that would have happened, I think Crawford would have still been with Top Rank.
Yeah. It kind of like was something for him because you had it like in the past where Tim Bradley was able to sign with Top Rank because he got that Manny Pacquiao fight, and then fast forward, Terence Crawford was waiting for that opportunity and never got it.
Never got it. Absolutely.
And look, you can't pin that all on Top Rank. They wanted the Keith Thurman fight. They
Yep.
wanted the Sean Porter fight a long time ago. They wanted the Errol Spence fight. But you look, can you blame Al Heyman for not wanting those fights for his
No,
guys?
absolutely not.
Mm,
That's how you stay in business.
hey, it happens. Yeah, it happens both ways. Happens both
Absolutely,
ways. So,
absolutely.
yep. Yep. Oh man, brother Joseph, you got any more on this upcoming bout? Because we got one more factor fiction on the docket here.
No. Look. I wanna stick with Canelo versus Crawford. I want to find out right now, like Canelo. What is Terence Crawford? What are his keys to victory? Honestly, I think people are going to be very surprised because we all found out by the coach he can't pull the trigger anymore. He doesn't have the same reflexes. He's a lot more hittable than he used to be. Is that going to be potentially damaging for Terence Crawford? Because we all know he's got that dog in him. Is he going to take the bait and sit there and hit Canelo in the pocket, or is he going to be smarter than that?
He's going to be smarter than that. You know, I suspect he'll come out as a southpaw.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm thinking he'll come out as a southpaw, right? Just that's going to keep him in the middle of the ring. And but the step backs, that when Canelo start firing at him, you see him step back and then fire back, and then go left or go right, and Canelo will be looking for him all night. I think that's a smart play. I don't think he should stay in the middle, and just try to punch with Canelo,
Mhm.
because that's not good for him. And I think he knows that, and I don't think he'll do that. But I believe, really and truly believe, that Crawford will stay in the middle, and he would throw 4, 5, 6 punches at Canelo before he step out. I don't think he
Mm.
would try to punch with Canelo.
Yeah.
I think soon as Canelo throws a punch and finish, he's going to jump right on top of him. And I think that's the smart play.
That's very, very insightful, Coach, because we've seen Canelo, like when he first moved up to 68, he was fighting for almost the first time in his career for all 3 minutes of every round. It looked like this was his prime weight.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that anymore. He fights in spurts like he was
And
at
first,
54.
absolutely. And see, if Crawford, I think with Crawford, right, the smart play is when Canelo finished punching, he has to jump right on top of Canelo with punches.
Mm.
And don't let Canelo rest.
Yeah.
Make him throw punches. And you can do that. Look like you are in range, and then take one step out of range, and then go right back in. And make Canelo just keep swinging, keep throwing punches. And that's what we did with Lara. Lara actually moved, but Crawford don't have to do that. He don't have to have that movement. He's so good with his counterpunching that he don't need the movement.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing with Crawford is he's able to, properly step in and out of the pocket or in and out of range. And the
Exactly.
thing is that I see him from the initial tail of the tape that he has like a 4-inch reach advantage on
Yeah.
Canelo. So he's gonna, kind of like utilize that from I would say a defensive perspective. So it wouldn't necessarily be like, for example, Canelo's bout with Bivol. Bivol had the height and the reach, but he was able to just pop in and out anytime he wanted to. And
Yes.
he was more active with the jab. I don't necessarily see Crawford being like that initially.
No.
He's just going to be able to gauge the distance and just properly move in and out, like have a half step back or half step off to the side to be out of
Absolutely.
range of Canelo there.
That's a smart fight. That's a smart fight with a style like Crawford. And it keeps switching. Go left handed, go right handed. That's going to be confusing to Canelo.
And also, Canelo's going to have problems with that intelligent jab of Terence Crawford from both
Absolutely.
sides.
Absolutely. And I think, but like I say, if Crawford was smart, when Canelo seems like he wants to rest, charge him. Charge him with punches. Go behind punches. then get out, and then let him finish, and then go right back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let him rest at all. And I really and truly believe that Crawford's going to win this fight. And I just hope that Crawford don't go in thinking about the judges. Leave it alone. The people are going to judge this fight.
You hear that, Max DeLuca?
Yeah, yeah. I think with Crawford, he's going to be able to see what Canelo was doing early, and as you said, punch with Canelo because he could initiate, but he has to also finish. So he
Yes.
could throw a one, and then Canelo could throw a 1-2, but then you have to answer with another 1-2 back at him.
Yeah.
I think he has to continue to do that over the course of the fight, and
Absolutely.
and I feel like in the corner there, that Brian Bomac McIntyre is the one that's going to be able to make the proper adjustments in comparison to Eddie Reynoso. At least for me, I think he's going to be the one to make more of the adjustments during the course of the fight.
And make no mistake, and Ronnie knows this from working with Sweet Pea Whitaker. You've got a cerebral predator in the ring. And so basically you're the second pair of eyes. He's seeing everything. And you're just confirming that. That's what Bomac does in the corner. Because Terence Crawford, let's be honest, guys, he's going to be an excellent trainer when he finishes boxing, when he finishes competing. But once again, though, Ronnie, it's not that simple, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Look, you have to have a lot of patience to be a trainer.
Well,
a lot of patience.
Especially now, Coach.
Oh man, yep, that's definitely true.
Coach Ronnie has the patience of Job.
Oh man, yeah. So we're definitely gonna see. I mean, it's gonna be a great tactical battle there on September 13th. Definitely looking forward to it there at Allegiant Stadium. And as I mentioned, I'll be there around, so y'all could follow us here on the Boston Source for that coverage there. But
Coach Ronnie, hold on, Coach Ronnie, and please respond to all of those cats who believe, all of those Canelitas, like I like to call them, the Canelo fans. All of those Canelo fans that believe that Canelo's going to knock out Terence Crawford. What do you have to say about that?
Well, look, you can hope and pray all you want to, but this is boxing. Look, can it happen? Yes, of course. They both are human beings, but it can happen on the other end too. And it's nothing wrong with hoping your guy wins, especially by knockout. And that's what they see when Canelo fights. That's what people go out to see, that he's going to knock somebody out. That's why he gets so many fans. But when was the last knockout he had?
2021.
Yep, Caleb Plant. So there you go, man. So hey, like put in for it to be all 12 rounds, and and then lead towards Crawford, especially if more money goes towards Canelo here on these next few days. But I said it's gonna be definitely a good whole event there for Allegiant Stadium on September 13th. And the crazy part about it is that you're gonna have a fight between two guys that are within the top pound for pound rankings, and the next day you're going to have another fight involving one fighter in the top pound for pound rankings in Naoya Inoue going up against MJ Akhmadaliev there. And it's crazy because he got all of this attention here for Canelo versus Crawford, and they're going to have Inoue versus MJ there behind that. But I wanted to see if we could do this here real quick on a fact or fiction. Inoue is going to struggle to find MJ Akhmadaliev in the first few rounds, but will eventually stop him to retain his super bantamweight titles. Fact or fiction?
Oh, that's a fact. I don't see nobody beating Inoue right now. This kid he's the Michael Jordan of boxing.
I forgot that fight was actually happening, guys.
See what I mean, Joseph? Hey, how about this, Joe? How about a former top pound for pound fighter is also fighting this weekend?
What? Who's that?
Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez.
No.
Chocolate.
When?
Yep, that's this weekend.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yep. That's happening this weekend also, man.
Guys, can you say even money, though? Right now, Canelo on the latest betting tracker, and we always look at the BetMGM, at least I do. Guys, Canelo is only listed as a minus 160,
Yeah.
and Terence Crawford is a plus 150.
Ooh.
What do you think they see, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, that's good odds.
Yeah.
That's good odds. It is.
That's amazing. Guys, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what I'm
BetMGM,
putting my money on. I'm putting my money on, because of Max DeLuca, I'm putting my money on a draw, which is a plus 1,400.
Yeah, you might have
That's
to. The way that the odds are for the either side, I don't know if you get that much for a win. So a draw, yeah, we could see how that goes. But
Telling you guys, I might put 5 rock on a draw.
hey,
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, guys.
hey, if
Plus
you get that draw, then
1,400.
you'll end up like the person there in Texas that won the Powerball, I guess.
Hey, there it is. Happy Halloween, guys.
Oh man, Jaime Alvarado with his prediction has Canelo winning by stoppage in the late rounds. There,
Oh,
so
Canelito.
we'll definitely see what goes down here.
Okay,
On
yeah.
September 13th.
He couldn't knock out a guy who blocked punches with his face like Jaime Munguia. And you think he's going to knock out Terence Bud Crawford. Okay, that's going to be a neat trick. He couldn't knock out someone. He couldn't knock out Hamza Shiraz's light work in Edgar Berlanga. But he's going to knock out Terence Bud Crawford. Yeah, that's a neat trick, guys.
That'll be I think that might be one of the surprising results if it does happen on Saturday there. But
Yeah, I think
Rising is an understatement.
yeah, what you were saying there, Coach?
I think it'll be a big surprise if he knocks Crawford out.
Yeah, I would feel the same way there. Like I just don't necessarily see it here at this point. But
Yeah, I don't
Like,
see it.
honestly, I think it would be a bigger surprise if Tyson bites the ear off of Floyd Mayweather. It would be a bigger surprise knocking out Bud Crawford, to be honest.
and we'll see how that exhibition fight turns out. But hey, that is there. We kind of like went a little bit over, but it still was great to, of course, have this discussion of this upcoming bout between Santos Saul Alvarez Barragan and Terence Allen Crawford for the undisputed super middleweight titles. And they're, of course, as always, very thankful to have the coach here to take the time to speak with us, as always, and with our great co-host, Brother Joseph, able to join us here this week, man. Thankful for you to be part of this. And for Coach Ronnie Shields, any parting shots for the people here?
As always, you can follow me on Instagram at official Ronnie Shields.
On behalf of Joseph Heron.
Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Woo!
On behalf of Brother Joseph Heron of Warwick Boxing and the host here himself, J.R. Bell of the Boxing Source, this is Real Boxing with Ronnie Shields. Have a great evening, everybody.
Boxing Source proudly presents Real Boxing with legendary fight trainer Ronnie